Awesome. Thanks, guys. When I was growing up, I wanted a horse. And then I got married, and about a month after I got married, my husband landed in the neuroscience ICU at the University of Madison Hospital after he landed on the road thanks to a horse. So yeah, owning a horse kind of, or wanting to own one kind of died off for me. But they are beautiful to look at. I think I'm kind of partial to the draft horse.
Next in the ring we have Olivia.
Out here there's some active training going on, which is fun to watch. I can certainly appreciate all of the training that goes into this. Had to stop by this booth to get some of that fabulous stuff right there. It looks like today out here in the center they've got a tractor display, which is really nice that they're trying to bring some of the stuff back after this space has sat empty for several years. Don't worry, we're getting to some red here in just a second. I think my husband would like to have that one right there. Sorry. These are the kids in the Cream of the Crop Club, but I want to show you the awards that these kids have gotten for this fair. That one's Lydia's. Because Lydia, I want you to explain to me what the Miss Q contest is all about. Wow, it's one of the Lindy's. Oh, it's one of the Lindy's. So what is the Miss Q contest all about?
If you look, it says Ag Source. Ag Source are milk testers.
Okay.
So it's basically you send in records of cows that you're showing, and lactation numbers and like their milk records and cell count and all that, and they look through all of them. Ouch.
Look, who just showed up.
And they try to find, I guess, the best top 3 or 4, and
With the
basically,
testing.
yeah, with the testing, and then
Okay.
the kids who get the Miss Q get to go to the dairy auction, and they're not selling their cow, but there are 10 kids who get to do a dairy auction thing, which like Grand Heifer, Grand Cow, Miss Q's, like an award-based thing, Master Showman. Those people get to go and people pledge money basically, and they make money off of it.
Okay, thank you. Let's look to see where Hank just went. There he is.
Hi.
Hank, perfect opportunity for you to say hello to the people who are missing you.
Hello to the people who are missing me.
So Hank, can you give a 30-second or more if you want for people who want to know what you are doing these days? Could you explain to them the job that you have at NASCO? Because I could give them somewhat, but you know better.
So at NASCO, I am in charge of inventory control. So the 2 other kind of main leads over there, one of them's in charge of stuff coming in, they get it in to get it put away. One is in charge of getting stuff picked and sent it out, and I'm in charge of everything in the middle.
There you
So
go.
making sure stuff's stored nicely, decently, correctly, and getting rid of stuff that we don't need and all that sort of thing. That's kind of what I'm taking care of.
And do you enjoy your work?
Yes. Yeah,
Yep.
it's not the same thing every day. It's a lot of different things I have to take care of, so I like it a lot.
Yeah, and we just praise the Lord that he does so well at work and that people enjoy him and know that they can depend on him. So, yeah. All right, well, Ken and others, there's your brief update on Hank. All right, so today we have Trent and Duke Schlender. Trent spelled it for me to help me remember, but they are the 2 boys of Troy and Ashley, and they run Never Rest Dairy, which is west of Watertown, Wisconsin. And the reason why we're talking with Trent and Duke today, well, we're talking with Trent. I've instructed Duke to just smile a lot. See the eyebrows? Okay, so we know what his strengths are. Flirting. Okay. But they run a YouTube channel about their dairy, and my husband watches Trent, because Trent's the one who does the videos, so he said, hey, you need to interview them and plug the channel. So that's what we're here to do today.
Yeah,
So you ready to answer some questions?
I guess so.
Okay, so we're gonna test your knowledge of your family history first. Okay, well, it's not a test, but I wanted to ask your mom, but since she's home taking care of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
When did the farm, the dairy, actually start?
So it started with my great-grandpa. So his family used to still do a farm over in Oconomowoc, and he had a lot of brothers, and so there was just like too many people there to really make it so it was profitable for everyone. So he moved out towards our area and bought the land we currently own right now, and so then we've just been there since then. So we'll be the 4th generation here to run our farm.
And how many acres do you run?
Own like about 250 right now,
Yep.
and then we like rent an extra another 250, so about
Wow.
500 acres total.
Yeah, and you've got some big equipment because Keith has commented on the equipment. So what's the equipment that you use?
So for chopping wise, we have our own self-propelled chopper, FR 500 New Holland chopper. We also have a triple mower for cutting hay and stuff. That's what we have there. We have 3 straight trucks for chopping. We also have 1 semi, so we use that for chopping like chopping normally, and then we also have it. So we have a straight flat semi trailer for collect like hauling bales and stuff
Yep.
when we're doing baleage.
So what's your favorite thing to do on the farm as far as what, the equipment, the chore, what's your favorite thing?
I think everyone likes chopping. Like that's more fun. You don't do it very often, so I like driving silage truck. Duke's just starting to first learn how to run the merger and stuff. So
Good smile, dude. Yeah.
So yeah, that's personally my favorite thing. So that's what I've been doing more now that I have my license finally. So that's what we've been doing more.
Good. Now, this question is meant to lead on to another topic, okay? So understand my question. How come milking cows is not your favorite chore?
Well, we have dealer valve robots, so you don't really have to milk cows very often. It's more of a, you break a couple animals that don't like to really get milking themselves up, and otherwise you're just pretty much hands off with that.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I think your mom told me yesterday that you put in robots, was it 10 years ago, 11 years ago?
Well, 10 years ago we put our first robots in, and this last winter we put in our new dealer valve robots.
And you said how many robots do you have?
We have 4 dealer valve robots. So in our older robots, we had 2 arms, and each arm went to 2 boxes, but the new robots, each box has its own arm.
Okay, so you can milk how many cows at a time?
Well, right now we're milking 230, but we could easily milk like 250, 260 with those 4 robots.
Okay, but for me who's not real schooled on robots, if you have 4 robots, is it just 4 at a time, or when you were saying each one has its own box, can one robot milk multiple cows at a time? Do you see what I'm asking?
So there's a box and an arm, so each robot can only milk 1 cow.
One at a time, okay. Because I know my husband's cousin has a DeLaval robot, and it's just 1 at a time as well. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something.
Yep.
All right, good. Have you always milked Jerseys?
So we actually mainly used to milk Holsteins, and we still have quite a bit of Holsteins. But we used to have a few Jerseys by ourselves, and just like there would be like 10, 15 around the farm. Then we hired our employee Olivia, which she's on the video sometimes. Yeah. And she has a bunch of jerseys herself. So she has her like probably 20 jerseys between her. And then we also bought 1 jersey to like start building up our show herds. So now we have more jerseys in general from that too. So
okay, so how many jerseys out of the herd? I mean, like ballpark percentage of your herd is jersey?
That way, probably like 10%,
okay,
15, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So the jerseys that are behind me that you guys use for show are your jerseys, or are some of Olivia's mixed in there as well?
So yeah, so some of them are Olivia, some of them are ours. It's 50-50 out of the jerseys.
Okay.
So 4 of them are ours, 4 of them are Olivia's, and then obviously the red and white's ours too.
Yeah, and then how did you guys do placing yesterday?
Did pretty good. I got Supreme Champion, Reserves, Honorable Mention.
Congratulations.
Supreme Champion with my red and white cow, so that was pretty good.
Good.
I got Honorable Mention with my cow.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, you two. Now, this year you started something new on the farm.
Yep.
Called Farm Camp.
Yep.
Tell us about Farm Camp. Like what got it started? Why did you want to start it? What was the purpose?
My mom started it because she wanted to like get kids active in the dairy program.
Yeah.
And so it's just Farm Camp is a day where kids can come to the farm, and some of the things we did was we made homemade ice cream.
Yum.
We had a farm tour. They like made thank yous for farmers. They got to go in some of our equipment. They learned about feed and dairy and all this other fun stuff.
Yeah. So what was the process of, how did you advertise, registration? How did people get to know about it and actually sign up for it?
Facebook.
Okay.
Mommy put some in library. All over the place.
I put a little advertisement on the YouTube channel, so I think that helped a little bit too.
Yep. And then was there a cost to participants, or was it free?
Yeah, was it 30 bucks?
It's 30 bucks for the first year, but this next year, if you go again, you get half the price off.
Okay.
And if you bring a friend, It's also half price and all this other fun stuff.
And
$30 does include like the t-shirt and stuff, so every kid gets their own t-shirt that they can keep, and they have like memories of being there.
so if I send Keith to farm camp next year, does he get his t-shirt that he wants?
Yeah, he gets his t-shirt. I mean, we're gonna give it to you either way you look at it, but I mean why not? One big kid amongst all the little kids.
Yeah, he wants a t-shirt to put up in his shop. All right, so what brought about the aspect of showing for your family? Has your family always done showing, or is that something more so that you two got going in?
So my mom, she actually grew up with horses.
Okay.
So she showed horses when she was a kid. And my dad, he showed cows, dairy. He showed jerseys, and he showed some Holsteins. So, and he showed us State Fair.
Wow.
So showing's always kind of been in the family. My mom more so, like Duke said, with horses, but they said it's something we should try, and we've had fun. We show at Jefferson here, Dodge, and State Fair. Then we go to a couple other shows like Spring Show down in Baroqua.
Wow.
And so we'll go through a couple other shows. And so yeah, it's something to do over the summer to break up all the farming and stuff.
So I was gonna say, because you've got nothing else to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, during the summer. Yeah. How many years have you guys participated in State Fair?
So this is gonna be my 4th year, I think.
Okay.
So
And this is gonna be my first year at State Fair.
Oh, good for you. So do your folks go with you, or do they kind of have to hang back to
They
do
stay
that?
at home.
Yeah,
we show with Dodge County for that. So I know we're at Jefferson County, so
yeah.
but we show with Dodge County for that, and my uncle is one of the chaperones, so that's just was the natural option to go
Sure.
go show with my uncle. So we go with them for that, and so we get covered by all the chaperone stuff. So there's no
Yeah.
problems really with that.
Great. Well, I just figured somebody kind of has to stand back and
Yeah.
make sure the work gets done. Yeah, I know Keith and I one of these years would like to go up to the Dodge County Fair.
It's a cool fairground. It's a little bit
It
different
is.
than here. It's a little bit smaller, but it's still a really fun place to go and see stuff.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of the reason why we'd like to go up there is just when we drive by the fairgrounds, it's just kind of neat, the older buildings and how close they all are together. So when or who or etc. got started with the Never Rest Farming YouTube channel?
So that started about 3 or 4 years ago when I was like, it was during COVID and I was kind of bored. So
Yes.
I was like, used to watch people on YouTube. I was like, I could probably do that. So for 9 months maybe, I kind of did like YouTube stuff about like around the farm and stuff, and it was all right. I was in 6th grade, so I wasn't really like
It's okay to start young.
professional at
Right.
the time. So then I kind of stopped doing that for a while, and we kind of got back into it this winter, and we were like, well, that's something we could probably get back to. It'd be a cool way to show off the farm and like help advertise other things that we want to do in the future. So.
Great. So speaking of the future, good segue. This is something definitely that Keith wanted me to ask. What are the two of you planning future-wise when you are done with high school? Like interest in staying on the farm, buying your own land, going to school, college? What are thoughts?
You want me to tackle this one first?
Well, okay, me first.
Yeah, so my plan is once I'm out of high school, I'm going to be going into my junior year this year. My plan for after high school is I want to go to short course, which is up in River Falls now.
Okay, yep.
So that's on the other side of the state, but my parents think it'd be a cool thing to go and do, go up there and do that. So I want to go to that for a year and then go back to the farm and kind of see what happens from there.
Yeah, so the short course is just 1 year long, and basically what is the goal? Like what would you walk away with after that year?
So the premise of short course is to try to do the best they can at preparing kids for like knowing how to operate equipment, knowing how to fix equipment. Just like a good overview of like all the stuff you need to know as to be like a successful modern farmer.
Okay. All right, very good. Duke, what are your thoughts about the future? Now you're what year in school right now? Or you're going into what year in school?
7th?
Okay, so it's a little ways down the road, but what are your thoughts right now?
I don't know.
Be honest with yourself, dude. What are some of the ideas you want to do?
I mean, there's a lot of things I want to do. Either I mean, I did think about becoming a welder
Yes, very good trade.
or carpenter.
Yes, another very, see what's gonna happen is you learn all the trades and then your brother's gonna be calling you and saying, please come fix this for me. Although you're gonna know it all, right?
Sounds like a solid plan to me.
Yeah.
You can be the expert, and I'll just be like, looks about right. I'll help you out.
Right.
Or, I mean, I do have this one dream of, so we went to sprint car race in our one video. I'd like to become that someday, if that ever works out. All the plans on what happens in high school,
Yeah.
like go to college or anything like
Right.
that.
Yep. And interests definitely changed. One of my sons, his interest has changed. Like, you know, his goals have changed. Now, right now, he's actually thinking about the carpentry aspect of things. He'd like to build houses. He'd like to have his own business building houses.
Yeah.
But he knows he has to, you know, learn some things first and work with guys that, you know, do this already.
So if you kind of like like what we're talking about and like interested in check out the robots, we have our YouTube is called Neverest Farming, so you can check us out. We got a couple of videos coming out here that are about shopping. We did our first crop and we also did our second crop in our last video. So I think that would be cool to check out. Just take a look at it.
perfect.
And if you want to talk to us more, just come to State Fair or any of the county shows.
Yeah, look these guys up at State Fair, and that starts in August, beginning of August.
August 1st. I also have to do a media interview the first day of State Fair in front of the news at 6:10. So maybe you'll see me on the news.
Media interview. How did you get that?
My mom came to me the other day and was like, so I know this person that wants someone to do this. Do you want to do it? And she kind of like told me I should do it. So we'll see how that goes for us.
So, but I bet you you're kind of excited about that though too, right?
Yeah, it's a good way. Like I can like talk about the farm and maybe get our YouTube channel out there for more
Yep.
people to see.
Yep, because there are people out there who are very interested in just seeing the day-to-day stuff on farms. And a lot of people we have found that grew up on farms and they miss it.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that come like, oh, I used to be on a farm.
Yes.
It used to be so much fun. Now I just don't have it anymore. So.
Yeah, no, so they just they really enjoy the memories that come back when they watch. So Trent, Duke, Schlender, thank you for your time. Look them up, Never Rest Farming.
See you guys.
Happy that my air treated well because the other two didn't do so well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a good time?
Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't watch so much of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm glad it was like just 2 people. Or that wouldn't have gone so long.
Good.
Hey Pete, thank you for the air share and thank you for bringing the animals home.
Thank you very
And
much.
seriously. Welcome home Sunday. She says, hey, I know where I am. Look at the ears. I'm home.
It's not wildlife, it's just a dairy cow.
Welcome home, Lazy Daisy May. Junior Reserve Champion. Honorable mention. Oh.
She's happy to be home.
Welcome home, Diana.
You bet.
Why you're here. Not just here to look pretty, okay?
Yeah, not just here to look
Sit
pretty,
up, sit
dude.
up, act like you want to be here.